Hey guys, Ryan here. It's 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to be talking to you about how to generate more leads with Google Local Service Ads, Google Business Profile, and AI, conversational AI and AI automation. I've got Martin in the backstage from Junk. I can't see, it looks like your junk removal company. So it's good. Yeah, Junk Masters. Got it. Thanks. And yeah, so I'm going to add him here in a second. So why should you listen to me? I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I've got a 7-figure digital marketing agency that's been around for all 20 of those years and almost 2 decades. And we are we're Google partners on the Google Local Service Ads platform, and we also have access to their Google API. So it allows us to get a lot of things done that other agencies wouldn't be able to do. And we've just focused on these strategies like Google Business Profile, Google Local Service Ads to help guys like Martin from Junk Masters and blue collar, white collar businesses that are on the Local Service Ads platform that are getting those pre-sold, pre-qualified, pre-sold leads. Let's see, I've got and me, sometimes I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to Google. Awesome. So glad that you're hopefully you're gonna join us here. Truco Painting Plus. Yeah. So looking forward to having you on. I think he was on a little bit ago. Hopefully he jumps back. But yeah, so if you guys want to have a conversation with somebody on our team, you can call us up or text us 619-304-5155. You can also go to our website at accelerateyourmarketing.com, and you can also go to our school community at skool.com/local lead labs. I think Martin is probably, he probably is in our school community. I can show you what our school community looks like really quick, and then we'll get started. I'll share my screen. I have 3 topics that I go over every week. And but I also give priority to the people that are on the call first, so and answer their questions. So this is our school community. You can see that Roxanne answers a lot of people's questions. Hopefully, like Martin, you've gotten value out of being in the group. And then you can see we've got over 815 people in the group. We answer questions. We've got some really good insights in how to make local service ads work. And we also have a lot of agency owners that actually join us and try to figure out how to manage the local service ads platform for their clients. So, and because we do white label we white label some of our services, but not all of them. This actually, mostly we just implement for people, but we do answer questions. So you can see it's a pretty active community. And most of these people get their questions answered, or everybody does within 24 hours. And with that, I'll just go, and we got about 9 people on. A lot are joining from YouTube, and I will answer your question, Martin, or your questions. Let's see what questions you got. How you doing?
Good morning.
Hey,
I just joined the group. I did the intro and then started browsing around to see what it's about. I'm doing my own organic Google profile optimization. I don't have a company. I'm just following the guidelines of ChatGPT, but I want to learn more because it's always evolving and ever changing. So, if there's, like, you guys are experts that can help in any way, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, so you don't, or is that your company? Your company's Junk Masters, no?
Yeah, CA Junk Masters. We're based out of Southern California.
Okay, so look at that. I mean,
Awesome.
I'll add. Let's see how you're doing. Are you running local service ads or no?
No, I was when I first launched in July of 2025. I was in it for a few months with my marketing team, but we've since separated, and now I'm focusing solely on Meta and other marketing companies for my leads.
Okay. So you're buying leads pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many ads?
Okay. So you got other people that are like running ads, and they're just selling you the leads, basically. It sounds like, or no? Okay. And what do you, just out of curiosity, like what, is there an amount that you typically are willing to pay up to for a new, junk removal job? Like, do you know what that number is, or?
What I've been paying so far is it ranges between like 10 to 30 bucks per lead.
Okay. $10 to $30 per lead. And then you typically convert like maybe one in 3 or 4?
About, 20, 30% conversion rate.
Yep. That's usually what we see. Okay. All right. So let me stop, and then I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show my phone. I want to, because the phone is usually, it's, Google Local Service Ads is really a mobile enabled platform. And so it's one that really most people find businesses on local service ads, like I said, on their phone. So if I go to window, let me see, there we go. Let me know when you can see it. Okay. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So so you would want to show up for like junk removal. And what city in particular in Southern California, like San Diego?
Riverside.
Okay, Riverside. More LA.
Yeah, it's about an hour east of, about an hour and a half north of San Diego.
Yep. Okay. So interesting. So there's not, that's kind of, so you got interesting results here. So here's your Google business profile. Okay. And this is Google pay-per-click right here, these two. This is pay-per-click. This is pay-per-click. Interesting. So I'm really Riverside, not free junk removal. Man, I'm really, so you can see that AI is, there's an AI result here. So you got 1-800-GOT-JUNK, but there's no, interesting. I mean, I usually don't see this. There's no, let me do Los Angeles. Or is there another city that you'd want to show up for?
Corona.
Okay, so this is local service ads right here. This is, or Google verified. This is pay-per-click, and it's Google verified because if you can see the way it's only got call or message. Those are the only two options, and I can just tell by the layout. But if you click on it, you'll see it's got the little verified badge here. Do you know these guys, Pin Pawns?
I've never seen them before. I've seen their ads on social media, but I've never seen their trucks before.
Okay. So, it's a pretty powerful place to show up right at the top, so there's a lot of authority that is, conveyed with that. And then you've got the social proof with the 107 5-star reviews. They are open 24/7, which is nice. So they might have an AI agent answering the phone, which I would recommend that you do as well, so that you can be 24/7 if you're not. And then I would also make it so that, you have the agent back you up for phone calls if you can't answer the phone during business hours, so that all calls are answered in 30 seconds. So that if it's come down to either you or Pin Pawns, you're the one, because that's how Google ranks. Google ranks on local service ads from basically three things. It's reviews, radius, response rate. If we pulled up your Google local service ads, or otherwise known as Google verified, I'd be curious to see what we'd see. Here's the Google business. Okay, this is the maps, and I'd say about 20% of people select from down here, maybe 20% select from here, but primarily you got like 50% that are going to select from this. This guy's getting a lot of phone calls, especially in Corona, because that's what's, he's showing up in Corona. And then I bet if I do Riverside now, it's going to do it.
So I operate out of Riverside and all surrounding cities, but my Google address is in Paris, because to get verified, I needed a commercial address. They wouldn't let me do it from my home.
Yeah.
PERRIS.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So you use your home?
It wouldn't let me use my home. So I use a commercial address in Paris. And I just recently, as of a few days ago, removed my address from my profile.
Mm-hmm.
just so, because I'm not getting leads. I've gotten probably in the past 6 months 2 leads from Paris customers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but look at, I mean, you're not showing up in Paris. It's really
No.
interesting. Well, I mean, and when you take out the address, then you're becoming a service area business, they call it. So if you're a service area business, then that means that you don't have a physical address and people can't visit you at your, at your location or whatever your address is that you give. I would still keep your, if you were my client, I would have still had you keep your home address. You know what I'm saying? Just because it typically, you typically do better. We've seen a lot of studies on this. Typically, the business will do better, even if it's their home address. As long as you have an address, you'll do a little bit better on the maps, which is that section that I showed you down below, where it's just below the maps. So there's no map.
Yeah. Sorry, when I tried to get verified, it wouldn't let me use my home because I was trying to register my GPB as a commercial business, obviously. So I went with the suggestion of the marketing team that I was signed up with before. They told me to get a commercial property. So I was using that, but I'm not getting leads. I want to focus in Riverside, but I haven't switched my address or anything yet.
Okay. Let me add. So you haven't. So you got so you still have that commercial property?
Yes.
Okay. Hey Levi, how's it going?
What up?
How's it going? So do you have a business as well?
Do I own a marketing company?
Okay.
Is that bad? Should I not be in here?
What's that?
Should I not be in here because of that?
No, that's okay. It's okay. I mean, I just are. So we're just talking about with Martin, we're talking about Google local service ads and how to optimize, the local service ads. And I was telling him, that it really comes down to what we see. And I'd be curious to hear your side of it as well. We really focus on reviews, radius, response rate, and at my agency, Accelerate Marketing. And that usually, when we do that, and what we're doing is we're using, digital agents or conversational AI agents to make sure the calls are answered. We started building a platform around that about 2 years ago, and it works. I mean, it definitely helps us get to the calls within 30 seconds. Are you open, by the way, Martin? Are you open 24/7? Or do you have your business listed as open 24/7?
No, I'm doing the free trial with the AI through my CRM.
Go High Level.
See if I want to navigate that or not.
You using Go High Level?
Workies.
Okay, Workies. Yeah. I mean, Workies is great, and there's Workies. There's a bunch of others, but if you ever leave them, they're gonna take your agent too. So I would just be aware of that. So with ours, it is kind of nice to have an agent that's outside of where you have your CRM or anything else, because that way you can take your agent with you. And I would also ask them if their conversations, if they'll let you take the conversations that it has with you as well. In other words, the knowledge base, because the agent takes it gets trained over time, and it gets more knowledgeable over time. So we train our agents on the conversations that it has. So it literally listens to the conversations that it has with people. It goes back and evaluates them, and it will improve based on that. And the other thing that we do, and one of the things, and I'm curious to see if Levi, if you do as an agency owner, do you fill out the surveys, or do you listen to the calls for the local service ads and then fill out the surveys for businesses, or what are you
talking about as a survey?
The surveys is like it's a survey. There's a survey that Google calls it a survey, and it's just a questionnaire that you would fill out to give Google feedback on the quality of the lead.
Where do you get these at?
Well, it's after the lead, and it's after the lead is completed. Like once the lead goes into your local service ads platform, you can give feedback to Google.
Right. Rate the lead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were meaning like they got sent a survey. I was like, man, that's really cool. I've never heard of that.
No. Do you guys fill out those surveys for your?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because we find that do you find that helps improve the quality of the leads over time?
Oh heck yeah, and it helps your rating go up. Well, here's the so I know in home services, but do you know who Darren Shaw is?
Yeah.
So Darren Shaw has a lawyer friend that literally marks everything as a good lead, and he rates it as a good lead and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy like freaking kills it.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me, I'm like, AI is getting so smart that like if you're marking them all good and Google listens to it and it was a bad lead, like I feel like Google's gonna be like, this guy's lying to us.
Mm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen a correlation with it. I feel like I get better rankings when you're rating the leads all the time.
I do too. We actually have measured it over time. We've seen if the lead quality. So we actually have AI go back and actually rate the quality of the leads over time on a scale of 1 to 5. And typically after we start the rating of the leads, we'll see an increase of about a point in the lead quality, of like 1 out of 5. So that's pretty good.
And so that's the reason why I was on this call, because I was interested. I was trying to learn more about your guys' AI because I'm looking for more LSAIs. But that's the thing, Martin. Like, being like knowing month over month what changes in your platform. So like having an AI bot like Ryan's talking about, like Ryan's, is you'll be able to see like what's good and bad. So like let's say like last month. Okay, for example, I just looked at a future. Well, actually, he signed up today, but I looked at this dude's thing that yesterday, and so from January to April, he was getting 60 leads consistently. No, to March, 60 leads every month. March he got 5 leads, or June he got 5 leads, and then July he doubled and went to 80 leads. But if you're tracking these things with AI and you can figure out like, okay, did we make a change? What happened was, and you can, when you're having these AI and you're doing stuff like this, it helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it can increase the quality of the lead and potentially the quantity of the leads if you're giving Google what it wants. Google says right in their terms of service that they want you to fill out these surveys or these questionnaires. They want to get the feedback, because what you're really doing is you're just training their agent. You're training their AI, to actually learn about the quality of the leads. So,
and you want the phone calls to be answered, Martin, the same way every time, right?
Yeah.
Because you're training your AI. So like if you have a receptionist or if you answer the phone and you're dumping a load and you're like, hey, how's it going? This is Martin. And then like 3 days later you answer it different. That really messes with the algo too.
Yeah, Google, there's a reason why Google created Google Verified, is because, they want to get paid and they also want to have more control and understanding of who's creating a great experience for people, what businesses are creating a great experience for people that are finding the businesses on their platform. Because we've seen, Levi, and you have. I mean, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I've seen, colleagues of ours create fake Google business profile pages and just for lead generation. And so this is that's one of the reasons why Google created this Google Verified section, so that there's a license, insurance, and a background check that's done in order to have a little bit more security on this platform and assurance for people that are finding businesses here that they're actually really, they're real businesses, and the other thing that Google's doing is trying to make it so that, they really initially they wanted to level the playing field so that the big guys can compete with the little guys, or the little guys can compete with the big guys, vice versa. And, ironically, especially in the attorney space, you still have the Morgan and Morgans just paying. They're trying to pay as much as they can. They're trying to create local service ads or treat local service ads as the same as they do with Google pay-per-click. And they're just bidding up. They're just bidding up the price. They're trying to get as many leads as possible because they know that this lead that calls from this positioning here is gonna, the conversion rate is typically 20, 30% better than pretty much. Would you agree with that, Levi?
Say that one more time.
That anybody that calls from the Google verified section or Google local service ads is typically going to convert at like 20, 30% better than like a pay-per-click lead or.
Oh yeah, you're going to be at like usually 40 to, depends on the niche and the city, but usually you're at like a 50 to an 80% appointment rate, lead to appointment.
Yeah, I would agree. And so this is what we're seeing, just to show you really quick, Martin. So if I go junk removal Los Angeles, so here you go, Roa's still there, Venice Beach. Now, what's interesting, and this is how you know that Google is really paying attention to that experience part that I was just telling you about. They want to make sure that somebody's having a great experience. And what would that mean? That would mean in the beginning of the relationship with the business that somebody finds on their platform, that they had a great experience, which here you go. They're quantifying that right off the bat for you. They're saying, look, this business typically replies in an hour. That sucks, you know? And then,
to be honest, you could fucking kick some ass with an AI agent like Ryan's, because nobody else has anything. So like if you start it, so like Ryan has in one of his videos, it's like 30 to 60 days for like Google to pick up on your algo. And so like if you get an AI bot that's literally doing this every day for the next 30 days consistently, yours is going to change to being answered in, replies typically in 15 minutes.
Or
do this real quick. Google HVAC contractor in Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. Let me just
to show you what we're talking about, Martin.
Yeah, because this is where you got a lot of HVAC and plumbers is like the ultimate, like just oversaturation. Yeah, but it's good because, oh wow, look at this, non-branded. Hold on, why is it doing that? That's interesting. oh, I think it's because I had an ad there or something. Your ad summary, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was for one of our. Okay, so this is really the top of Google. So just ignore whatever that was up. That was for one of our guys.
So if you click show more, it'll show the messaging on there.
Yeah. So this is a great example because here, and by the way, this is the reason why AI is not going anywhere, because the number of leads that business owners are getting is only going to increase because of this type of a button here. Because this is now, if I click on this, Martin, I now will be able to get a quote and send my request to 4 different businesses at one time. So you're only going to get more requests like this. And I was just talking to an agency today about this because they were interested in this technology, and they're like, oh my gosh, they didn't even know this existed. Not only this, but there's actually another button I can maybe show you if I go down here, because I have Ultra. If you pay for Ultra or Premium, it'll actually make an outbound, the AI, Google's AI, there's a button you can press that will say, hey, do you want us to make an outbound call to multiple businesses based on the criteria that you're looking for an HVAC company? And Google will use its AI to actually call you up in your business to ask you questions on my behalf. So then theoretically what can happen is you've got Google's AI talking to our AI. So you got 2 AIs talking to each other. But here, I'm going to do what you said. So here's show more. So that little blurb only shows up when you click on more. And now here you go. So this is one of the reasons why Brody is showing up as number 1, because they've got a shit ton. This is a great example. Okay. What did I say? Reviews, radius, response rate. And I just got off the phone with a guy, Levi, you'll appreciate this, with a guy in San Diego, actually, Martin. He is a roofing contractor, and he's like, yeah, those local service ad leads shit. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you're listed down 15, he's like 15th. So what do you do when you actually go and look for a business? You call the first one, and then you just keep going on down the list. And so when you get to the 15th, do you think the leads are going to be very good? No, it's going to be the leads that Brody didn't want, Affordable didn't want, Monkey Wrench didn't want, R&R didn't want. You know what I'm saying?
So what I want to show you here, Martin, is when you got a bot or you got somebody that's answering the phone 24 hours a day, that's how you rank. And you can be showing typically replies in a few minutes
Right
and
here.
you're gonna be the guy that they're gonna want. I'll share something with you, Martin, that I tell all my clients. But this is for Ryan because this is Ryan's show, and I'm not trying to get a client.
No,
You got to look at Google Local Service Ads as a CRM. If you hired a receptionist tomorrow and you gave her 30 leads to call and she only called 5 of them and she did this every day of the week, are you going to give her more leads and keep her as your receptionist?
No, I'm gonna kick her ass
You're
out.
going to fire her ass. So why would Google give you leads if you're not going to take care of their customers? Because that's how they make money, right? So
Amen.
if you're answering them quicker, if you're getting reviews from them, if you're fucking fast, Johnny on the spot all the time with them, who are they going to give all the leads to?
Yeah.
That's the reason why that's the reason why I'm on the call, because I have clients that are really good, got really good receptionists. We have stuff, but then I have clients that suck.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
and
you got to help those guys. Hey, Ricky, how's it going?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. We're getting a lot of service guys. I got to put my hat on.
Yeah, I made sure I wore it.
So, all right. So, Ricky, tell us about what you're up to.
Not much. I own a painting company in Cleveland. I run about 25 guys, and we're a pretty big hitter on Google.
Good. Are you're running local service ads?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And do you have an AI agent?
I don't. But we, me and 2 other staff on site, we have a router on our phone. Each phone rings. We answer the phone because
Okay.
I wasn't sure about the whole AI agent. That was one of my questions. I was told that they were wanting to hear an authentic human.
No, you don't. So a lot of people think that, but really what they just want the person to be able to get their questions answered and to have a great
Okay.
experience. And what that means is having an AI agent that's trained properly. That's really what it is. There's shitty AI agents out there, meaning they're just not gonna give you the answers that you need. They're not going to be able to do a warm transfer. Okay. That's a really big thing, Martin. By the way, we were talking about this earlier. You want to make sure that if you get an AI agent or Ricky, that it can do a warm transfer, that it is trained by three different ways: a great prompt, knowledge base, and reinforcement learning. Those are the 3 ways you want to be able to train your agent so that it can, and you want to be able to take your agent with you. I mean, I know that, all these different CRMs are starting to give away agents, but, God forbid you leave that CRM and you go somewhere else. Your agent's not going with you.
how's your day going?
So you want to make sure that you own your agent and also that you own the conversations that the agent's having.
Yeah. Do you guys do roofing?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We do roofing.
Well, I would like to talk about more in depth about that AI eventually with you.
Yeah.
Because that's real important to us. We know about the whole missed phone call thing and all that. So we've been hit about 6 months ago, right before the real threshold, but we got our spot back, but we took a big hit from 2 or 3 missed phone calls. A big hit. We were in a real competitive area.
Well, of course. I mean, anybody in the service business, I mean, it doesn't get any more, competitive than what we're looking at right here. I mean, you can see these guys are all starting to get it. They're all starting to understand what, Levi and I are talking about. A few minutes, like 6 months ago, guys, this was not happening. It was a few hours, a few days, 24 hours, but everybody's starting to get word of this. And so, but I always tell, and I told the guy that I talked to today, the contractor in San Diego, I told him, I said, Sam, even nobody can physically get to all the phone calls. And you've even got, Ricky, you've got 2 people that's working at, basically. And here's the thing: are you open 24/7? The AI agent can make it so that you can be 24/7.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's why we got all the people. Yeah, because we know how big of an impact that is on the ranking.
Well, not only on the ranking, but if you're open 24/7 and you've got, that gives you about another 20% of leads. Now, the other thing is a lot of businesses don't have the message leads turned on because they're not built to be able to take anything but phone calls. So when they get a message lead, they freak out. Well, the AI agent can respond to those message leads like instantly. And so that gives you about another 10% more leads right there. So if you're open 24/7, you take message leads, and you've got an agent that's built properly. And here's the other thing, Levi, this is also going to be really important. I muted you because there was some background noise there, but basically the only thing that I wanted to point out is that it is important to make sure, Ricky or Martin, that whatever system that you use, that you make it so that you give, if you want, that you give your humans the first 10 to 15 seconds to answer the phone. So we built that into our AI agent so that it's called a call flow. So we flow the calls to Martin or Ricky or whoever, or simultaneously, like 2 or 3 numbers. And then if you guys can't answer for 15 seconds, then we flip it over to the AI so that the calls answer within 30 seconds, and we give Google what it wants. So yeah. So that's, we built everything around local service ads. That's our lead gen.
Right.
Yeah. That's our lead gen strategy. And then our conversion strategy is with the AI agent. And so, yeah, I mean, it's, and the other thing is what else we've got, here's the other thing, guys. Are you seeing this, Levi, Martin, Ricky? Well, mostly Ricky and Levi. I'd be curious if your fulfillment guy, Levi, is seeing this, because Google is screwing around again. And of course they're sending leads, but the leads are coming over with an extension. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So you've got to go into the LSA platform and actually, because Google, again, this is all about Google wanting to understand how good that you're doing as a business owner. So they want to listen to those return phone calls. So they don't give you the number of the person. They give you their own number so they can hear those phone calls when you return call. So they know when you call back, how quickly you call back, and they can actually hear the call as well to see what kind of service you're giving, But here's the thing. So a lot of people like Martin don't live in their LSA. So what we've done is we've worked out a way to text you and email you the phone number and the extension so that you don't have to log into local service ads. So that's another thing that we can do for you.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm interested in the AI ad. I run all my own marketing. It's a passion of mine. I just enjoy doing it. So, but okay, that's interesting. See, what I noticed in the last couple of weeks is that I've been doing all my follow-ups through the LSA platform because of that message extension. Because they go through a CRM for us. So once they go into our CRM, before they were just completely eliminated from LSA, and they're in our platform, and we stopped, working the leads through the LSA platform. So lately, we've been working our leads through the LSA platform, and we can tell it's bumping us up. It's keeping us relevant, and it's really affecting the ranking.
Well, you mean the response?
Responding through the LSA app itself.
Okay, yeah. So you're literally calling the person back on the app itself. Yeah. So I think the extension is as good as that. Because you're basically using the app, but you're just using it through the extension,
They're making it easier for us now. Yep.
Yeah, so that's why we're getting it to our clients and saying, here, use this phone number to call them back so that Google can hear what you're saying, and so they can see when you're, how quickly you're calling it back. So let me pull up. It's painting in what area? Or painting?
It's Avon, Ohio.
I always like to
AVON. Yep, Ohio.
Okay. Which one are you?
Number 2.
All right, there you go. I mean,
we used to be number 1, but I'm telling you, we missed 3 phone calls, man, and it took.
Well, so let's hear from a guy that's in it. Okay, so did the quality of leads go down just a little bit when you? Did you notice? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Different. So the quality went down by the real attractive cities. We weren't getting as many leads from those cities. We were getting the least attractive cities, but now we're working our way back up. Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the other thing. When you mentioned, so remember, it's reviews, radius, response rate. So what we've done is we've developed with our software a way to identify every city, every county, every zip code in an area that you want to select, either around a radius or a polygon. And I don't care what other people say. And Levi, I know you're probably going to say this, or somebody is. Google only wants you to select zip codes, and they don't want you to overlap with cities and counties. I don't care what Google says, because I've proven that if you don't select the zip codes, then you will not show up for the zip code. I've shown it and I've proven it. So what we use is an external tool to identify. So that first, what you do is you use a tool. You use a polygonal tool, or you say, this is where my office is, and I want to cover an area that's 30 miles or 40 miles outside of that. Okay. So then that tool goes and it identifies all the cities, all the counties, all the zip codes in that area. And then what it does is it uploads them directly to the local service ads platform for you. So you can cut. And here's the other thing, because you made me think of this, is we actually identify now the county or the cities, counties, or zip codes that have an average median income, if you want, of over a certain amount. So if you only want to target, let's say, all the zip codes where people, have an average income of 70,000 or more, you can do that with our platform, which is kind of cool. So,
go ahead, Levi. My bad.
Where's this? Where do we find this tool at that does the zip codes?
Yeah, so it's in our platform. It's in our software.
Cool.
Yeah, and we did that because we were like, why doesn't Google have this? Why don't they make it so that? Because the only way to do it is you got to literally one by one add all the zip codes, all the counties, all the cities. You got to paste them. So we're like, and inevitably you miss some,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we've, so I know that. Yeah. What other questions?
So what I noticed this too is before we missed those few phone calls that week, we used to get a blanket coverage. We used to only have 30, 40 cities listed, but we would cover 100 different ones automatically through Google. They would just blanket us. But as soon as we missed those phone calls, that stopped.
Yeah, I see here. So you're doing good on the map. So you're getting a lot of phone calls, because what we see, and you guys tell me this as well, we typically see that if you're showing up here, and I like that you've added the BBB accredited. Let me see. Do you mind if I go see what your response time is? Let me just look.
Yeah.
Let me see what they got you listed as. And by the way, you can change. They review it every 30 days, so you can affect it in a positive or negative way every 30 days. Okay, so there's a little bit of improvement that we can get there.
Yeah, there is, and it's what it took me 4 months. Honestly, for some reason, I know we say every 30 days it resets, but for some reason they hit us hard.
Sometimes it is a 90-day process. There's like a rolling 90 days. So this is what I'm saying. Like, people just lackadaisically just like, oh, we don't know. And here's what a lot of people say, Levi, and you probably heard it too. It's like, local service ads is just to set it and forget it. You just put it on and then you just let it go. But unfortunately, most businesses don't have a strategy for answering the phone, and they don't have a strategy for identifying the radius, and they don't have a strategy for reviews, which, by the way, I would love to know your strategy for reviews, Ricky.
We do. We give a lot of incentives to our clients. We're big on Google, so we're a really big residential painting company. So we get a lot of reviews, and we give free. Honestly, man, we do a lot of free stuff at the end of the project. Touch ups, do this, do that, just to lock them in.
Yep.
Because when people pay you at the end of the project, you can be the best painting company. But when they pay you at the end of the project, they feel like they don't owe you much more. Yeah. So they don't feel like they owe you a review. So you really gotta give them some sort of incentive to leave one.
Yep, I would agree. So the other thing that we've integrated with our software. I mean, these are great pictures, by the way. Keep uploading the pictures. I would encourage you to keep doing that. And I like that you're open 24/7. This is great. I like it. It's cool for you now that you probably really like the fact that they had they opened up your own vertical, because they didn't have painting as a separate one before. Remember?
Yeah. That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I noticed too. So they want to see all those categories selected.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't want to see you not selecting a couple categories, because they want the biggest dogs, man.
Yep. I know. Unfortunately, like I said, I mean, I said earlier that they wanted to really level the playing field, but as this goes on more and more, it's not, because like you said, they're really favoring the businesses that behave more like a big company and that have big budgets. Because the other thing is, along with that, is you really need a big budget. Like you need, like, I'm just curious, like what do you have? Because this is something that everybody can learn from, Martin. I want you to
my 100% honest with you guys. My budget is set at $22,000 a week. Yeah, and we spend not even close to that. Not even close to that. Maybe.
But here's my question. But you would love it if you could, right?
You want to give them a blank check to say, put me at the top.
Hey, Ricky.
Yeah.
Do you have direct search turned on in your dashboard? So if somebody searches your name, you have that turned on?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Because when I search your name, it don't show the LSA.
See, today, for example, right before I got on this phone call, I had a call from a client that I gave a proposal to last fall. And then when they searched my business profile, they called me through the Google Leads icon that pops up at the top right there. Yeah, they called me through that today, and they went through. Okay, you got a call.
It is showing. Google. It is showing here. Yeah.
It doesn't show on my phone or my desktop.
Well, listen though. The important thing is that my old client called through that ad today. I talked to her for about 5 minutes on a project that we looked at last year. She said she wants to go with us. Well, after I got off the phone, I went to the LSA dashboard. They didn't charge us for it. I went in and booked it, already booked. But the thing is that they want as much data as possible. Yeah. They want, so that's why they have that there. They're not going to charge you for it. That's why if you select that right now, if you click on Messenger, you can click on it real quick and click on it again. Click on it, and then it's totally different. This one's totally different than any other one, because this one they ask you if you're a first-time customer or not. Yep. So they won't charge you. So if you go to a regular LSA searching in Avon, it won't look like this.
Yeah, smart. You dude. Ricky is a freaking pro, man. Like you're a student of. I like it because
I'm a student of many different marketers.
Yeah, dude, I like it because. This is what you honestly, this goes back to the old adage of, what you pay attention to, gets better, and what you focus on gets better. And this is, I couldn't say it any better than this example right here. And what Ricky's doing, because he's doing all the things that we talk about. And, I'm curious, Ricky. So, you're verifying all the things that we've said, and that I talk to a lot of people about. So that's good. One question that I gave Levi and Martin is, do you fill out those like the surveys? Do you rate the needs?
Very important. Very important. Yeah. So I'll tell you guys something else. So I had a phone call come through a couple weeks ago, right? And it was a junk call. He wanted a job or something. Well, LSA didn't pick up on that. They still wanted to charge me for that review, right? Yeah. So I went in and did the not booking, but the other one, the what's it called when you
click on archive or
archived it. I archived it, and boom, my ranking dropped instantly. Yeah. So they don't. If they think that was a real lead, they want to see someone follow all the way through. Yeah. And connect completely with it. And what happened was they didn't realize it was a junk lead. I went in, I archived it, but the thing was they thought it was a real lead, and they hit me. They don't want that. Boom! I seen the ranking drop, And then I came back. It took a couple, 2 days, a day and a half. It came back eventually, but I'm starting to notice they want whoever's going to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pick up the phone every time.
I agree. I think they want who's going to pay, and especially in a market like yours. You've almost got like an HVAC or a plumber type market where you're at, because you've got, it's competitive. Like I can tell. I can look at a LSA grouping here, and I can tell that it's these guys. It's I mean, you got almost 700 reviews. So. So that's very interesting. And so the surveys are helping.
Oh yeah.
Booking the leads. We've also, by the way, our team goes in, we book the leads, we book the calls, we fill out the surveys, we put notes in the system for the businesses that we work with. Mm-hmm. The AI we give feedback on how the owner is answering the phone. So we actually give them feedback, which is kind of cool. So, these are all things that if somebody we're trying to bring people up to your level without all the time, energy, and effort that you're spending is basically,
there's one thing I was kind of stumped on. I've been watching your videos. You got it right on that. You hit it right on the head. They want to give the jobs to who is ever going to provide the best experience. That's simple. As simple as that. But the one thing I was wondering is about in a real competitive market like I'm in, with a lot of people trying to get phone calls. I feel like the more cities I list, if I go above 40, 44, 45, I feel like it starts to dilute my ranking. I'm not sure, though. I could be wrong. I'm still experimenting with it. I don't want to experiment with it too much because I don't want to tank the ranking. But I'm curious about that in my market, because there's so much competition, so many people trying to use this platform. And because it's a metropolitan area. There's a lot of different cities and little areas and all that stuff. But
wow.
That's what I'm
wondering. So what you're saying is if you expand your service area, that it actually does the opposite. It basically can have you go down in the rankings potentially. You're
that's
thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I haven't experienced that, and we've we're like thousands now.
Okay.
So I haven't seen that. We analyze all the data. And so I would say not to be that concerned about that. Now I will say, some of the, since you're on, I will give you a little tip. Do you have a backup billing? Do you have a backup credit card or a checking account for your billing?
Oh yeah.
I would definitely add that.
And I prepay them. Yeah.
Okay.
So I negative my account, and they owe me money.
Yeah. I'm telling you, these little. Look, if you're a business, are you going to want to work with people that are doing what Ricky's doing, or are you going to work with somebody that's like, these leads are, no, so you want to deal with a business, and for the most part, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if you're willing to pay Google ahead of time, you're treating the clients with, respect by getting on the phone early, getting on the phone within 30 seconds, and you're getting reviews, 5-star reviews that Google wants you to get, and you're servicing an area that that legitimately you can service, so that you've got the 3 R's covered, then that's how you do anything's how you do everything. And so Google, this is what Google is conveying from that. They're going, okay, if this business owner is willing to pay us early, answer the phone within 30 seconds, they're getting good feedback and reviews, why wouldn't they show you as number one? Because they want people to have that kind of experience so they can use it, use their so that other people will use the platform.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm glad that
I'm all about LSA because I've been in the residential world for a long time. I'm a 3rd generation painter.
Wow.
So the one thing about LSA that's even different than the website in Google or even your organic Google profile is if you do it right, you can actually scale off it.
Yeah.
If you do it right and and cross all the T's and dot all the I's, you can scale off it. Which is real important. It's like so hard to find nowadays. You can actually, so it's very important.
Yeah, meaning you can rely on getting a consistent number of leads, and it's not like a roller coaster, right? Is that right? Exactly. I agree. This is why I've said, and I'm going to keep saying it, that our bottom line of what we do is we generate a consistent amount of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads. And also, would you agree that the conversion rate for people that find a business on local service ads is typically like 20-30% better than, even Google Business?
Oh, absolutely. It is hands down.
Yeah.
It's hands down. It's nothing. It's nothing touches it right now.
Yeah. Good. Well, I mean, that's, this is just more verification that, because sometimes even I, like, having talked to thousands of businesses, over the last 20 years, I'm like, should I really keep saying the same thing? But, the guys that are doing what you're doing are seeing what I've seen, and
we do it all. I do Angie's, I do Facebook. I'm a big hitter on Facebook too. I have an overseas employee who works on our website 24/7. And all of that stuff combined doesn't even touch it, And I've been on LSA since the very, very first week.
Wow.
So Ryan, I got a couple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Did you notice the change in Google local service ads? They might be they added Google ads into the LSA platform. Did you know that?
What? Where do you see that? Where are you seeing that?
Well, you're on a phone, so you got to do it. Do you have a
desktop?
Yeah. Share your. I can share mine, or you can share yours.
Yeah, here. I mean, I can.
So I'm going to just tell you guys. So this in August of 2025, Google people confirmed that LSA and Google Ads were going to become one platform, which I didn't believe. But 2 weeks ago, this appeared in every account that I've looked at.
Where is it? What are we looking for?
Here, you want me to just share account?
Yeah. Or you can just. What do you want me to search? Do you want me to search for a certain phrase or
no,
something?
I'm in the dashboard.
Oh, here. Let me just let you share your screen. You can share your screen. Yeah, because I haven't seen that yet, and we got about 5 minutes. But this is a good way to wrap it up for sure.
There's another thing I want. I just was told that they were getting rid of LSA in July.
Totally?
I was told that by 2 other people. Yeah. So if you go to your account access, and you go here to create, they just added this create button, and it has Google Ads built into it now. And you click on this, and it will take you to. It sometimes don't work, sometimes it does. But when you click on it in the LSA platform, you can create Google Ads campaigns in LSA now. But as you can see, it freezes sometimes and it doesn't work. But every LSA account has this.
Wow, that's the first time.
I've not. Wait. So wait, go back and show that again. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it back up.
That's.
Do you have an LSA? Pull up an LSA account. I'll show you. It's in your accounts too.
Here, let me. Yeah. That's.
I don't know how to stop sharing.
Yeah, you can. Here.
It's in everybody's account. I've talked to even people that aren't even my clients and they're just friends. It's in their accounts too. It came 2 weeks ago. Oh, and have you noticed that you can't add users from the LSA platform anymore?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
So you're in an MCC account.
Yeah.
It may look a little different inside of one of those, but.
So let's go to
Man,
so where are we going?
Account looks way different than mine already. Go to users and access. But it might not be in the MCC side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen. Well, this is
account access.
Yeah, so this is my I've got a separate one from the one that we use for Accelerate. So this is like a small one.
Yeah, it's right there. See it? Top left.
Okay, but I
So
saw
you
this.
see how yours only shows 3. So that you'll see that every one of them might show different things right now because they're like rolling something out and it glitches really bad. So something's going to happen in the next month or two with LSA.
So they're going to make it so that. Yeah.
I don't know. I was told in August that LSA was going to run like a Google Ads in a Google Ads format. I thought this was crap. I thought it was just a joke from this. I just thought it was a Google person telling me some stupid stuff. But then 2 weeks ago, this was rolled out, and I was like, holy crap, this might be change the world. And then I also was just told 2 days ago from a friend that knows a Google rep, and that Google rep told him that they were actually going to get rid of Google LSA by July.
Whoa.
And I'm sorry to bring this up in your little meeting, but I wanted to bring it up to another specialist because, like, I've talked to like 6 other LSA people, and they're like, that are buddies of mine, and they like know nothing about it either. So,
yeah, I don't. I mean, look, we're partners on the Google Local Service Ads platform, and I have not. I mean, we have our partner support guy that we meet with every week. Are you partners on the platform as well, or no?
No, I'm not a partner.
Yeah,
I don't have enough clients.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to have over 500 on the platform. We've got, but I mean, but the bottom line is that we haven't heard anything about this, and so I mean, I agree that they might be doing, because look, Google Local Service Ads has always been a subset of Google pay-per-click. It's been in,
Correct.
You always have partial management. Like when you set up the billing, it's through Google Ads. So that there's always been that connection.
Yeah.
Just like there's always been a connection with the Google.
You also know that there's a backside to your LSA account, right?
What's that?
Did you know that there's a backside to Google Ads to your LSA account?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So
you have to do verification in there too. Also, did you know that?
Right. Yeah. That's of course. So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's always been that connection to the Google pay-per-click ad campaign setup process that you've had to go through with local service ads. Just like there's a connection to the Google business profile page, so there's that, they've got that connection. So I don't think that like we would have, heard something from our partner support. We meet with them every week. If I hear of anything, that's why I do these, every week, these workshops, and when you do what, Ricky's doing and you're going to get the results. And, even if they do combine the local service ads platform a little bit more with Google pay-per-click, it's in my opinion, it's only going to make local service ads even that much more valuable, because what Google's looking for is, again, the same thing. They're never going to go away from what we talked about, is what kind of experience are you creating for the person that's actually making the phone call? And they can measure that with local service ads. They cannot do that with pay-per-click because they don't have the ability or the rights through the terms of service to be able to record the call and to do all the things that they do on the LSA platform. So,
what I think they're gonna. So my opinion, I think LSA is going to be more ran like a Google ad, where you can do keywords and you can bid on certain terms, but as a per lead. So it's gonna be the same style, but like you can actually put keywords instead of just doing services. Like you can add like keywords in a campaign and work them that way.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because one of the topics that I had for today was exactly about that. It was about the fact that there is some melding together of the local service ads platform with the Google Ads platform that we're seeing on the Google pay-per-click side of the Google Ads side. And so I would agree with that, and if you still have that verified badge, man, I mean, that verified badge is going to, when you're running pay-per-click and you can put and be even more specific. Oh my God, I can't wait to be able to, to do that for some businesses that have wanted to be able to run the local run with that badge, and be more specific in terms of the searches. So really good stuff, guys. If you want to, anybody that's watching, we do this every week on Wednesday. I'm going to just put our information. Thanks, guys, for joining. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, if anybody wants to learn more about how we can help them, manage their Google local service ads, like Ricky's doing, so that you don't have to spend as much time, as Ricky does, to do it. We can do that. And you can go to accelerateyourmarketing.com. You can call us at 619-304-5155. You can go to our school community. It's skool.com/local lead labs. It's free. There's training there. If you want to know more about our AI agents, that's separate. I mean, that's the conversion part of what we do. We'd be more than happy to talk to you about, setting up an AI agent like we talked about to make sure that you get that, typically replies in minutes. And you heard Ricky. I mean, if you miss a few phone calls, I wish I had you on my call earlier with Sam. My gosh, the guy's like, why, these are junk leads. Why, I'm like, he just doesn't treat it like you do, So,
yeah.
All right. So next week, maybe,
you guys. See ya.
And you can let me know if you got any questions, guys.
I'll be in touch.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.